Something unbelievable is happening right now. The kind of moment that doesn't shout for attention but still makes the entire world stop and look. Because this isn't just about photos. It's not just about charts, and it's definitely not just about numbers. It's about watching two artists stand at the peak of their own paths at the exact same time and realizing that what we're witnessing isn't coincidence. It's history unfolding in real time. It began quietly. No countdown, no dramatic announcement, just a few images uploaded online. And yet, the moment Jin's new pictorial for Fred appeared, everything shifted. At first glance, it felt almost unreal. The lighting was soft, restrained. The styling, clean, intentional, confident. Jin stood there in a bright-toned suit, black hair falling naturally, his forehead slightly revealed in a way that made his expression feel open and untouchable at the same time. He wasn't trying to look powerful. He simply was. His gaze was calm, direct, the kind that doesn't need to prove anything because it already knows its worth. Around his neck hung the iconic Force 10 necklace, valued at 134.6 million won. On his wrist, a 37.5 million won bracelet caught the light with every subtle movement. And delicate 70.2 million won earrings completed the look. But here's the truth no price tag can explain. The jewelry didn't define him. He defined the jewelry. That's why people couldn't look away. Within hours, the images spread across platforms, languages, and time zones. Comments poured in, not just praising his visuals, but expressing something deeper. That feeling of awe, that quiet realization that some people carry an aura you can't teach. And this wasn't new. Because when Fred, a European high jewelry house founded in 1936, a brand beloved by royalty and synonymous with heritage, named Jin as its first global ambassador in 88 years, the reaction was immediate. Their website traffic surged so intensely it crashed. Not slowed, not lagged, crashed, and the pieces Jin wore sold out almost instantly. Not because they were expensive, but because people wanted to feel even a fraction of the confidence he embodied. This is the power Jin holds now. Not loud, not aggressive, but steady, enduring. From Fred to Gucci, from Laneige to Alo, from Dolby to everyday household brands. Luxury, lifestyle, technology, food. Different worlds, all choosing the same person. Because Jin doesn't just represent a product, he represents trust. And while the world was still replaying those images, something else was unfolding. Quietly, relentlessly, on the charts. Because while Jin was commanding attention through presence, Jimin was commanding it through sound. When Billboard released its 2025 year-end charts, one name appeared again, and again, and again. Jimin. His song Who ranked number 57 on the Hot 100, making it the highest-ranking song by a K-pop male artist that year. But numbers alone don't explain why this mattered so much. Who wasn't a collaboration. There was no featured artist to boost streams, no viral gimmick designed to burn fast and disappear. Just his voice, his emotion, his story. The song debuted at number 14, peaked at number 12, and stayed on the Hot 100 for 33 weeks. Think about that. 33 weeks of listeners choosing the same song over and over, long after the initial hype faded. And that loyalty carried across borders. Who placed number 21 on the Global 200 and number 17 on Global, excluding the US, climbing significantly from the year before and holding its position across 2 consecutive years. Jimin became the only K-pop artist to chart on Billboard's streaming songs year-end list 2 years in a row. And when Billboard measured overall influence, albums, singles, global reach, Jimin stood alone among K-pop male soloists. Top artist, Hot 100 artist, Global 200 artist, Global excluding US artist. His album Muse ranked number 3 on the World Album Chart, marking his 3rd consecutive year on that list, from Face to Now. 3 years. No breaks. No decline. Just growth. 10 year-end chart categories in 2025, 13 in 2023, 14 in 2024. This isn't a moment, it's a pattern. And then there's the bigger picture. Jin, breaking records with his first solo fan concert and his first solo world tour, earning titles as the highest-grossing Asian soloist on both Polestar and Billboard's top tour charts. Jimin, proving that emotional honesty can survive the harshest industry metrics and still rise. 2 artists. 2 completely different energies. One speaks through elegance, restraint, and presence. The other through vulnerability, sound, and emotional endurance. Yet somehow, they're telling the same story. That success doesn't have to be rushed. That artistry doesn't have to be loud. That authenticity lasts longer than trends. This isn't about competition. It's not about comparison. It's about witnessing what happens when talent meets patience and dedication meets time. And right now, we're not just watching achievements, we're watching legacies take shape. Slowly, quietly, unstoppably.